Everyone, it's Cindy, and I'm back to work on Detectives. I got a lot of different things going and basically took 2 days off from working in here. But last night I did get busy doing something, and I'll show you that first. I'm still working on the Clue books, but kind of at a stopping point there. So I moved on to my Nancy Drew book, and I got the other ones over here to the side. You can kind of see them stacked there. So I thought, I'm just going to start by taking one apart. I knew I did not want to use the original spine. It's just not going to be big enough. So I need to pick a fabric to put on this, and I haven't even looked. So that's coming up. And then I've got the spine here. I'm going to use that somehow, probably into belly band. So I will probably get some of this excess stuff like that off of it and make it not quite so thick and sew it onto a strip of something and make a belly band out of it. This is just a scrap in my hand. Okay, what I did with this book, I took the book pages, and last night I was watching TV and I just started going through those pages, and anything that was blank on the back, like the table of contents, the title page, and they had quite a bit of that. And this title page, I don't know if this is the actual title page. I don't know what they call these pages that repeats the title, but it had a picture on the back, so I'll keep those intact like that. And then, like, here's the flyleaf. I'll keep that intact. Here's another one of those. I hope I'm on this frame, yeah. And it's blank on back, so keeping all those. Now, the actual pictures in the book are not blank on the back, so somehow I'll incorporate these probably as big, large pockets, or maybe can cut out enough to make it a journaling card. So I set all those aside, all the pictures and all that aside. And then I went through and got all the pages that had, like, the end of the chapter, and there's some blank spots here. I should have one to show you, but I don't. Kind of like this. So there's an area at the top. See, oh, you know what? I can show you what I mean. Yeah, like right here. So there's a little space there, but sometimes there's a lot bigger space. So I pulled all those papers out, set them aside. And then the papers that were left, and they were here just a minute ago. I moved all this from my living room, so it's still in kind of stacks. This is all I have left. Those are 2 other pages from another book. This is all I have left. And the reason I have these left is because I ran out of glue stick. But what I did, folded them in half. I took those blank pages at the end of the chapter, tore them, inked them up, glued them on these, made little booklets out of them, and then put some sort of ribbon on the spine just to kind of reinforce it. And then I'll add some sort of picture later. Now, whether they'll all go in this book, then not necessarily. But one thing I know about these Nancy Drew books and the Hardy Boys too, I'm not going to have to worry about any words or any thing that's inappropriate. And another thing, I like the pages. They're thick. They're not the thickest I've used, but they're sure better than a lot of newer books. So I did that, and I have a ton of them. And I was using one of these pages for, gluing on. So I would put the paper on there and put the glue stick on. And when it got sticky gluey, I folded it in half and made just a journaling card out of it. And then I went back and put some whatever papers I had. When I ran out of the chapter ending things, I went to my little tub here. I've got it to my side of just scraps of stuff, from other books, scraps of copy dyed paper, line paper, just whatever I have that I could use for, the writing on these journals. So I made all of these. Let me just show them to you. And like I said, I would have made more, because my goal was to use every page in that book that didn't have the pictures on it. I made that many. And they're all ready to go. They do not have the fronts decorated because I'm not sure what journal they'll go in. But not only did I use up most of those book pages, I used up some of this trim lace. I don't know what you call it. It's like, this was wire ribbon. So I guess it's ribbon. I used up some of this wire ribbon that had been in my stash for a while, and it's just time to start using up stuff. So anyway, got those ready to go. So I did that. That's all I've got left. And these 2 pages were in this. Put them back. Okay. Now these scraps from the that I have left over, I thought I would just use a punch and just cut out some shape. And I thought butterflies, I thought flowers, and you could just glue them in here as like a little decoration. So I haven't got that far yet because I wasn't sure what shape I wanted. So that's what I'm going to do with these scraps. And then this is just some of the stuff I had left over from the other journal I was working on. And these are a lot of things, and I may have showed them already. I had a big tub, right here it is, of stuff that needs to be sewn. So at night when I'm sitting down around watching TV, I'll make pockets, you know, and things, and then they have to be stitched around. So this is a pile of the ones that have been stitched. Now, the night before last, I just thought, you know, I need to work on pockets. We work on journaling cards all the time. I need to work on pockets. I'm trying to get to them. So I just pulled out a bunch of ones I'd already pre-made with book pages. See, here's some more wonderful paper that I can put in that little tub that can be backed onto journaling cards and booklets to write on, that blank stuff. So I love that stuff. Okay, so anyway, so not only did I pull a bunch of the pockets with the book pages and stuff, I pulled my, if I can figure out which one it is, yeah, ephemera holder, and said, all right, start decorating. Just start using some of this stuff up. So I'll just show you the ones I made. Okay, if I leave it here, I'm gonna try to sit down and do this. Okay. So this is just like a little fold out that you can write on, and I decorated with all the airmail stuff, and I left it blank on the back so it can be glued in, and then you fold it out. And this is just a pocket, double pocket, just had some little scraps I put on it. I made several of these with the airmail. This airmail stuff was Tim Holtz, and you know, it's a little bitty, and I thought, let's just do something with it, because it just keeps falling out of stuff. So I made several of these, and I'm not sure where I got these labels. I have a blue ones and red ones, so I don't think they came with this. I don't know. So anyway, got those, added it to that. Here's another one. There's the blue label. And these can just be slipped into a pocket, but I really want to use them glued in the book. So that's why I didn't do anything to the backs. And here's a different one, just different stuff on it. So I was just basically sitting around with these pockets and some scraps and my ephemera holder, and said, you know, start using some stuff up. This is a pocket here. Actually, it would go like this, a pocket here and a pocket there. And then, of course, it could be a side pocket as well. This one I already had done. I just thought the blues might work with these journals. And that's kind of something else I was thinking. Something that would go with the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew's stories. And, you know, during the time, they still had airmail, I'm sure, and telegrams and things like that. So, and then that one, I cut it out of something, Phillips 66. That'd be kind of cute. More airmail and the little double pockets. I just went crazy, but you know, I have like 3 or 4 of these Hardy Boys to do. This one is the same thing, and this one was an actual airmail I got. I ordered some stickers, and not stickers, stamps, and they came from Singapore. So I thought that was pretty interesting. See that? Yeah. And it's got that lionfish looking thing. I'm not sure what it is. Merlion. Is that like just the stamp? I'm not sure. But anyway, I included it. So it's on that one. That one I just did some stenciling on and haven't done anything to that. This is a little sack, and I just had this, I found this picture of this old police car, and I had the label and did a number 9, and I was just put it on a little sack, and I do not like that cutout, so when I go to use it, I want to cut that differently. Some more scraps, a T and a little shape, so like I said, I was just grabbing stuff out of that ephemera folder and saying, use it up, use it up. Now, you know, will I be able to use these in the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys books? Maybe. That one, it was just, I think I had it already made up. It's just an old-fashioned looking lady. No, let me say that again. It's an old lady from the past. Vintage, whatever you say, 50s looking. Okay. Anyway, so I'd already had it made into a belly band. So anyway, I can go on and on for hours on these things because I just worked 4 hours on them. And I will say the other day, I don't think I've been on film since I did the genealogy stuff. I really hesitate. I do the newsletter, and I you know, I'm always behind because I don't want to start it, because I know, even though I say to myself, I'm just going to work a couple hours, it ends up being a lot more than that. Well, this time it was like 10 hours I worked on it, and you know, the last couple hours it was my own personal stuff. but it just like kept thinking of stuff I needed to do. Oh, I don't even know why I'm showing those. Tim Holtz something. Billy Band, just made it from an old-fashioned ad that came. I have a digital kit that's got the old-fashioned ads in it, and then I have a paper ruffle here, and I put the puzzle piece on there because, you know, they're figuring out puzzles. Then I had this. I just added some stuff to it, and I had made a tag out of the library card. And this is one from an actual book. I actually read the book the other day, decided, nope, I'm not keeping it, so it went away. A page, I really like these pockets. It's a piece of paper folded in half. You fold a corner down, then you fold it back up. And you can use it like a tuck, or you could glue it and make it a pocket. But maybe it's the color of the green paper, but just really like that. Here's another one. I think it's called the Crafty Arena Pocket, which, you know, it's 2, and then you can have a tuck or whatever here. And I just went crazy with my little shapes and things. Okay, this is an actual library pocket. I didn't do anything to it. I love the phone number stuff on there. Library phone. And then one more of those pockets I love. It's made of atlas page. I didn't do anything else to it. So, been working on that. Now it's time to select fabric for that cover, get it gluing, and start looking for pages. And then, oh, I did forget something. And boy, did I forget something. I have a filing cabinet just right here beside me. It's a legal filing cabinet, and I use it to keep track of items I pull for, like if I'm doing a pirate one or something, I'd put pirate stuff in here. Also, I keep all my loose papers and stuff in there just so they're not in stacks. I guess I didn't look in the detective folder before I did the Sherlock Holmes thing, so here's what I found in here. I found 2 library Kellogg cards, Master Detective, and because it's Alan Pinkerton, and this one's Alfred Hitchcock and the 3 Investigators and the Mystery of the Coughing Dragon. I used to read those a lot. I found another Scooby-Doo book, which, you know, I can't use it in the Clue ones because I can only use 1 book, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So I am going to put this. I've got a little tub in my living room. We have it's kind of, you know, my daughter-in-law's brother's kid. He's turned 2 at Christmas, so I'm going to keep that for him. But I had bought this and totally forgot about it. Hardy Boys, Nancy Drews, and look at all the pictures. It's kind of like a history of their books. So the pictures are pretty large, but they still could be used. Those things could be used, even though, you know, I wouldn't necessarily use that one. But look, oh, that's great. So anyway, I'm going to, I think tonight's project will be to look through this and kind of, oh, I love the map. Look at that. Oh, it's a game. Huh, fun. Anyway, I'm going to look through this and start cutting stuff up. And then I found this I put in there. I forgot this is old scrapbooking paper with the footprints on it. I even had stickers, footprints, you know, like they're checking out the footprints. So I got some fun things to include in these Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew books. And I got a gift for a little boy that comes to visit about once a month. So anyway, I'm going to get busy, and I'll talk to you guys later.